Hi, how are you all? Today I will tell you the precast concrete wall system. So I will tell you how many types of wall panels and what is the function of wall panels. So it is only for the precast concrete wall system. Can be categorized of variety of shapes and wall types. Typically, a precast concrete wall system fall into three basic categories: solid, sandwich, and thin shell. These can be panelized and erected in either a horizontal or a vertical position, and used on all type of structures, from like residential to commercial, institutional to industrial. So you can see here are the wall panel molds. So I am not going to explain the uh, technical detail. I am just categorize according to the shape and according to the types and according to the function. So wall panels can be designed as non-load bearing or load bearing, carrying floor and roof load as well as lateral loads. So solid wall panel simply refers to wall being made of solid concrete as opposed to including integral insulation. These wall systems require some form of insulation and an interior wall finishing system to complete the building enclosures. Typically, width is from 1.2 meter to 4.5 meter. Typically, height of these panels is 3 meter to 12 meter. Typically, thickness 120 mm to 500 mm. Finishes: since wall panels are cast in a flat orientation, the form side is typically the side that will be exposed to view in the final construction, achieving an form class 2 finish. These face can be made with virtually any type of finish. The back face is typically troweled, smooth, or may have a light broom finishes. Typically, the interior does not need additional furring and drywall to create the finishes surface. Next, we will talk about sandwich wall. Insulated sandwich wall panels can be strictly architectural, strictly structural, or a combination of both. The difference between typically panels and insulated sandwich wall panel is that the latter are cast with rigid insulation sandwich between two layers or of concrete. The insulation thickness can vary to create the desired thermal insulation property for the wall. The structural behavior is either composite, in which the wethiness are connected using ties through the insulation that fully transfer loads. The structural performance is based on the full thickness of the panel, or non-composite, in which these withes are connected using ties through the insulation, which limits performance to the individual capacities of each width. Whether the panel is composite or non-composite depends on the configuration and material used for the ties. Insulated sandwich wall panels can be designed to be load-bearing and support floor and roof components. They make an ideal structural element for this purpose, typically by casting or thicker interior weight to provide the necessary support. They can also be non-load bearing to complete a facade. Finishes: with a typical wall panel, the panels are cast in a flat orientation, so the form side, typically the side that will be exposed to view in the final construction. The face can be made with virtually any type of finish. GFRC panels allow to great aesthetic details and extensions, such as cornice due to the manufacturing process. The back face is typically troweled smooth but is not left exposed. The backup system are often used to attach drywall and or other finishes material. Typically widths 1.2 meter to 4.5 meter. Typically heights 3 meter to 12 meter, and typically thickness 120 mm to 500 mm. The next we will talk about light walls. Light walls are shear wall used in parking structure cast with an opening in their center to provide visual continuity and to allow daylight or artificial illumination to penetrate deeper into an interior. The components provide opponents and a feeling of security. These components should not be confused with light wells, which are internal open courtyard designed to provide daylight to the center of parking structures and other buildings. As with other types of shear walls, light walls serve as the lateral force resisting system in the structure. They act as cantilever beams, transferring lateral forces acting parallel to the face of the wall from the superstructure to the foundation. So these are the details of the wall panels. So later on I will explain the other elements such as column, beam and footings. So keep tuned with me. I will update further elements. Thank you very much.